it's time!
Everyone can't see we're together.
Poppy, we're gonna be late to the royal wedding. Let's go get married.
Grant!
What? I mean, let's get Bridget and Crystal married.
Yeah. Oh, because it would be weird if we got married.
Yeah,
Wow.
so weird.
Blech.
Oh boy, that was a crazy bachelor party. Cloud Guy don't feel so good. Tiny Diamond, you make the cutest little flower boy.
Come on, Daddy. I'm the cutest little flower man.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to
Stop the wedding! I'm John Dory, Branch's long lost brother.
What?
Drama. Corn me, Dinkles.
You're the guy from BroZone. We were just listening to them.
BroZone's back. All right.
Baby Branch!
But that's all in the past.
Branch! How come you never told me? You had a secret brother!
Correction. Used to be my brother. My brothers walked out on me and never came back.
Branch, we're out of sync. We've gone from boys to men, and now there's only one direction for us to go. The back streets.
Branch, it's time we find the rest of our brothers and get the band back together.
We're gonna have the best family reunion ever. BroZone 2.0. BroZone reunion. BroZone, here we bro again. BroZone, where'd they bro? I don't know. We're gonna find them!
All right, Tiny, Branch, Poppy, and this random dude on another musical adventure. Oh, hey, Tiny, you see that button right there? Oh, you mean the button that's taking every fiber of my being not to press? Press it. Oh, ho, ho!
Wow. Too much hustle is a thing.
Huh. Look at that.
Okay, only 6 minutes.
It's great to see you again, Johannes. I think I saw you just before everything closed down. You know, we were
Indeed, yeah, at Berlin. And we saw each other very shortly in London last year when you did the presentation over there. But you are stealing my time. We have only 10 minutes. So I saw the trailer. I loved it. There are two things I really would like to speak about. Of course, it's always a tragedy if you do a feature film and you have to put it into a 2-minute trailer to raise awareness for a new feature film. I would love to know, you are ending always in this franchise on a very nice happy end, and you have to come up with some more drama for the next one. Is this the hardest part to create conflict for a world that seems so in perfect harmony in the end of every movie?
Well, I think, you know, that even though it's trolls and it's this fantastic, wild, joyful world, the movies are still about the human experience. And I think, as we all know, living our lives as humans, there's never any shortage of conflict, you know, or joy. Like, I think there's always something to explore and discover and kind of work through.
Yeah, that's
Especially-
the contrast, because it is such a joyful world. It's almost easier to create conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, I'm from a big family. I know about conflict coming out of the blue. But here, the big brother is coming also out of the blue into the frame. Well, it's like you considered how the question, how many boy bands can I bring, how many names of a boy band can I bring into one single dialogue sentence?
Yeah, I mean, it's boy band history as part of, and always has been part of, the DNA of these movies. So we felt like it was time. Like, we wanted to explore Branch's family. Like Gina says, we've been wanting to do this idea from the very beginning of the Troll universe. So we've said Branch's family, boy bands, it just made sense.
Yeah. And it created a great, piece of drama for Branch. I mean, Branch was basically abandoned, and he's been hiding the fact that he has four brothers and that they were in a boy band when they were younger. And this information comes out in Act 1, and it's like, oh,
yeah. And it's really exploring the family dynamic, which we haven't seen before. In every sequel, it's great to learn something new about the characters, see the characters evolve, like the relationship of Branch and Poppy is evolving, but also to learn something we didn't know. We also made that part of the narrative, that there are things that conflict and difficult things in our lives that sometimes we cover up or we ignore, as opposed to addressing them. So we thought this is an interesting way of why hadn't we heard about these brothers? Well, because it's too traumatic for Branch to bring up.
Yeah, I liked the idea that I have now an explanation why he's so gray all the time, and I see him as his younger self is much more colorful than the Branch I know from the movies. So then it turns into obviously it seems to turn into a road trip, which I like very much as a film genre. I can be totally wrong. I've only seen the trailer. But on the road trip, something happens, which is in the trailer, and which I thought is so bold, I would like to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's you share the birthday of Walt Disney.
Yes,
Walt.
you remember.
So I'm allowed to bring up pink elephants on parade.
Yeah.
It seems like you this is a very special kind of journey you are going to. And there seems no more no-go areas in those films anymore. And I thought, my goodness, this is, it seems to be pink elephants on parade. Could you talk about this change of style and change of psychic mind and what happens there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gina and I are big fans of psychedelic animation cinema. There's like a great history there, like you said, from Dumbo to Fantasia, all the way up through Yellow Submarine. Like for me, those are my favorite films, like Three Caballeros we talked about before, which is very psychedelic. So we're always trying to work that into the story. Again, it's anything could happen in these movies, which we absolutely love. And this idea of an homage to psychedelic animation, we're always trying to weave that into the story.
Yeah, and I think with Trolls, people are expecting surprises along the way, and we just keep pushing it. So, with each film, we want to push it even further.
But it was a joy to work in 2D, since that was my background. That's how I work for arts.
It looked terrific.
Great.
This moment looks really great, and I thought that's the reason I want to see it now.
Good.
No, I know you are in a franchise now. That's a big thing for DreamWorks to have this franchise, and on the other hand, you want to keep pushing the envelope. And how do you? Well, how you? The pressure must be immense.
Yeah, it's a lot because you want to deliver on what the audience has liked over the last two films, but you also want to give them something new. And I think that our team that we work with, they want something new as well. And we want the movie to have its own identity. So we bring back some of our regular collaborators, but we also bring in new voices to expand the universe. So I think it's not necessarily pressure. I think it's joyful. Like, it is very fun to go, where can we push this? What's something we haven't seen before, while still staying consistent, I think, with the language of the movie.
Yeah, and we have a whole new cast. And all of our main cast is coming back, and the Bergens are back in this one too for a little bit. But what we're doing is we've cast a wide, diverse net of brothers for Branch, and we have André, Troye Sivan, Daveed Diggs, Kid Cudi, we call him Scott. Scott's his name in the movie. And, they bring a whole new tone.
Yeah. So new collaborators, from the voices to new artists to new writers.
Yeah. We also have Amy Schumer and Andrew Rannells as our villains. And we have such unique villains this time around. I know you haven't seen them yet, but I think you'll be surprised by the way they look.
I know. There's, like you said, it's so hard to condense this wild psychedelic technicolor circus of a movie into 2 minutes. So there's going to be even more stuff that you're going to see down the line.
Yeah, and they're also kind of an homage to animation style of the past as well. Yeah.
Do you see, there was this mantra Guillermo del Toro was explaining everywhere and at every moment that animation is film, is a medium. It's not for children, not only for children, but it's something on its own. Would you like to comment? Would you share that mantra?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I am a big animation fan. I love film, I love movies, but I love animation most of all. And I've never thought of it as a children's medium. I mean, I'm glad that we keep in mind the young ones so they can understand the movie, but we're never sit there every day and approach it like, okay, this is for children. It's like we think of this as a movie for everyone, hands down. And I think animation is so special that we can, over a period of 3 years, refine it. And, we consider it more like workshopping a play. Like we have the chance to really, like a Swiss clock, like make this thing as tight as possible. So again, I completely believe it. We call it like movies for everyone, or movies for humans, so I believe it 100% that it's for everybody, not just kids.
Yeah.
But I'm happy the kids like it. I mean, I've got an army of children at home, and they're pretty discerning. They've got particular tastes, these kids.
Yeah, and it's also a transportive experience in a theater to go see a Trolls movie, because it is so fuzzy and it is kind of a cozy immersion. But we go to all these new worlds, so you just feel completely immersed in the experience, and you're experiencing those places with the characters through their point of view, and meeting also all different kinds of new characters out there.
That's why I love
what Trolls.
That's why I love the road trip genre, because it has an opportunity to grow, see new characters, new things all over.
I just do a last question because I was told I have to do a last question. I always thought you are doing that only for me. So, but anyway. Last question. Gina, is he a good director? Producer?
Well, I wouldn't have worked with him for 18 years if he wasn't. So, we have a long-standing partnership, and we really enjoy each other's company, and I think that shows up in the films.
I think so. I mean, we are like two halves of a whole at this point. We've been together so long, and we say even more than we're like family. It's like we are family.
Yeah, and you're like a major visionary, by the way.
As well as you. Like we don't, we make the movie together. I mean, there are like two roles we play, but really it's just us on the edge with our co-director this time, Tim Heitz, who is fantastic. But it's us being creative every day. Sometimes we have to split up and work on different areas, but we're there together the whole ride.
I'm so sorry we have to stop. I would love to ask more. I had prepared some more questions, but anyway, I'm looking forward to see the film, and I hope I see you soon again, and we can talk more. Thank you very much for your time.
We'll definitely see you again. Thank you. Great to see you.
Kommt, Leute, es geht los!
Poppy, es wird Zeit für die königliche Hochzeit. Heiraten wir.
Ranch!
Was? Ich meinte natürlich Bridget und Grisel heiraten.
Ja, wäre ja voll schräg, wenn wir heiraten.
Ja, super schräg.
Oh Mann, das war eine irre Junggesellenparty. Herr Wolke fühlt sich nicht so gut. Hi, Tiny Diamond, du bist ein niedlicher kleiner Blumenjunge.
Wirklich, Daddy, ich bin ein niedlicher kleiner Blumenmann.
Liebe Gemeinde, wir haben uns heute hier versammelt.
Stopp die Hochzeit!
Ich bin John Dory, Branchs verloren geglaubter Bruder.
Was?
Oh, Drama. Popcorn-Dinkels.
Du bist der Typ von BroZone. Wir haben gerade eure Songs gehört. Baby Branch!
Das alles war einmal.
Branch, warum hast du mir nie erzählt, dass du einen heimlichen Bruder hast?
Ich korrigiere. Er war mein Bruder. Meine Brüder haben mich verlassen und sind nie zurückgekommen. Branch, wir laufen nicht mehr in Sync. Wir wurden von Boys to Men und jetzt gibt's nur noch One Direction für uns. Zu den Backstreets.
Branch, suchen wir die restlichen Brüder und bringen die Band wieder zusammen. Roadtime!
Das wird das beste Familientreffen aller Zeiten. BroZone 2.0. BroZone Wiedervereinigung. BroZone, es gibt wieder Bros. BroZone, wo sind die Bros? Keine Ahnung, aber wir finden sie.
Alles klar. Tiny, Branch, Poppy und irgend so ein Typ gehen auf musikalisches Abenteuer.
Oh, hey Tiny, dieser Knopf da, siehst du den?
Oh, du meinst den Knopf, den ich eigentlich unbedingt drücken will?
Drück drauf.
Oh, ho, ho.
Wow, das war ein bisschen zu viel, Hassel.
Sieh dir das an.